So let me discuss the next group of anti-hyperlipidemic drugs, that is fibric acid derivatives. Now if you take the examples under this particular fibric acid derivatives, we have clofibrate, right? We have clofibrate. The other drugs include Gemfibrozil, right? Gemfibrozil, and then we have Fenofibrate, and later we have Bezafibrate. Right? Later we have the other drug, that is Bezafibrate. So these are the fibric acid derivatives. Now we will see the mechanism of action of these particular drugs, how they are acting as anti-hyperlipidemic drugs. Now these particular drugs, they act by activating an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase. Right? They act by activating an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase. Now how do they activate the lipoprotein lipase? So basically they will activate a nuclear receptor, right? These particular drugs, they will activate a nuclear receptor. Now what is that particular nuclear receptor? That nuclear receptor is none other than PPAR-α, right? This nuclear receptor, it is PPAR-α. Now what does this PPAR-α stands for? This PPAR-α, it stands for peroxisome proliferator-activated receptor alpha. Alright, peroxisome proliferator-activated receptor alpha. So these particular drugs, they will activate this particular nuclear receptors, that is PPAR-α. So once this particular receptor is activated, they will activate the lipoprotein lipase. And what does this lipoprotein lipase do? Lipoprotein lipase, it will cause the breakdown of the lipids. Now you take these particular drugs, the major effect of this particular fibric acid derivatives is to reduce the triglycerides, right? The major effect is, this is a very, very important point. Major effect is to reduce the triglycerides and to increase the HDL levels. To reduce the triglycerides and as well as increase the HDL, which is the good cholesterol. But remember one important point about clofibrate. Clofibrate, it is not used now. Why? Because it is having increased risk of mortality. Right? Because it is having increased risk of mortality, that is the reason why clofibrate is not being used. Now the question comes, why it is having an increased risk of mortality? Remember this particular clofibrate, it is having an association of development of malignancy. Right? It is having an association of development of malignancy. And not only that, the post cholecystectomy complications are also very high with this particular clofibrate, right? And the other important point why it is not being used is, one, it is associated with increased mortality because of malignancy. That is one reason we are not using this clofibrate. The other reason why we are not using this particular clofibrate is, it did not prevent the fatal myocardial infarction, right? This clofibrate, it did not prevent development of fatal myocardial infarction. So that is the reason why this clofibrate is not being used nowadays, right? So what are the currently available drugs? Gemfibrozil, Fenofibrate and as well as Bezafibrate, these are the currently available drugs. Now one of the point what you should remember is about Fenofibrate. Remember this particular Fenofibrate, it is a prodrug, right? Remember this Fenofibrate, it is a prodrug. So because it is a prodrug, it is having longest half-life, because it is a prodrug, it is having the longest T half. Alright. Next, if you take the other actions of this particular fibric acid derivatives, remember these drugs, they have maximum LDL cholesterol lowering action, right? Apart from decreasing the triglycerides and as well as increasing the HDL, it also has, these drugs, they also have maximum LDL cholesterol lowering action. Alright. Next, the other point about the fibrates, these fibrates, they will also reduce the plasma fibrinogen levels, right? They will also reduce plasma fibrinogen levels. Is that clear? Right. Now, so what is their major effect? The major effect is to reduce the triglycerides. Now, because these fibrates, they will reduce the triglycerides, these are the drug of choice for hypertriglyceridemia. Remember this point, this is a very important point. These fibric acid derivatives, they are drug of choice for hypertriglyceridemia. Alright. Now, which type of hyperlipoproteinemias these drugs are used? These drugs, they are used for type 3 and as well as type 4 hyperlipoproteinemias. So these drugs, that is fibrates, they are the drug of choice for hypertriglyceridemia and they are useful for type 3 and as well as type 4 hyperlipoproteinemia, right? And this particular fibric acid derivatives, along with other drugs, right? Along with other drugs, they are also useful for the treatment of type 2b hyperlipoproteinemia, right? Right, when you combine this with other drugs, they are also useful for the treatment of type 2b hyperlipoproteinemia. Alright. Now, you take among all these drugs, that is Gemfibrozil, Fenofibrate and as well as Bezafibrate. The Fenofibrate, it has maximum LDL reducing action. This is a very important point about Fenofibrate. It has maximum LDL reducing action. Alright. There is one more point about Fenofibrate. This particular Fenofibrate, this is also a uricosuric drug. Right, this is also a uricosuric drug. That means what it will do, it will cause the excretion of the uric acid. So because it is having the uricosuric action, it can be used in the setting of hyperuricemia. Right, it can be used in the setting of hyperuricemia. Alright, next. The other important point, now we will come to the adverse effects of these particular drugs. Right, we will discuss the adverse effects of these particular drugs. Now, gastrointestinal distress and elevation of the aminotransferases, these are the very important adverse effects of this particular fibric acid derivatives, right? So one is gastrointestinal distress and the other one is increase in the aminotransferases. Now, what are your aminotransferases? They include aspartate aminotransferase and as well as alanine aminotransferase. Alright, next. Now, apart from GI distress and as well as increase in the aminotransferases, the risk of myopathy, right? The risk of myopathy okay, so risk of myopathy is increased if these are used with statins, right? Risk of myopathy is increased if they are used along with statins. There is an important multiple choice question regarding the adverse effects. So I have said you that these particular fibric acid derivatives, they have increased risk of myopathy if they are used along with statins except Bezafibrate, right? Except your Bezafibrate, the remaining all drugs will increase the risk of myopathy. Remember this point. So Bezafibrate, right, Bezafibrate, it will not increase the risk of myopathy, right? Bezafibrate, it will not increase the risk of myopathy, right? So this is a very important point what you need to remember about this particular Bezafibrate, that it will not increase the myopathy. All right, so let me shortly revise about the fibric acid derivatives. The fibric acid derivatives, they include clofibrate, gemfibrozil, fenofibrate, and as well as bezafibrate. What they will do, they will activate an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase, where it will cause the breakdown of the lipids. And how does they do? They will stimulate a nuclear receptor, that is PPAR-α. This will stimulate the lipoprotein lipase, and thereby that will cause the breakdown of the lipids. Now among these drugs, clofibrate, gemfibrozil, fenofibrate and bezafibrate, presently nowadays we are not using this clofibrate. Why? Because clofibrate, it is having an increased risk of mortality because of the malignancies which are being caused by clofibrate. And not only that, clofibrate, it is not at all preventing the risk of development of fatal myocardial infarction, and that is another reason why this particular clofibrate is not being used. And what is the main action of this particular fibrates or fibric acid derivatives? They mainly reduce the triglycerides and they will increase the high density lipids. And not only that, they will also reduce the LDL cholesterol and they will also decrease the plasma fibrinogen levels. Now these fibrates, they are the drug of choice for hypertriglyceridemia. So in case of type 3 and as well as type 4 hyperlipoproteinemia, these are the drug of choice. And when you use these particular fibrates along with other drugs, they are useful for reducing the type 2b hyperlipoproteinemia. Alright, next, the other important point what you should remember is about the fenofibrate. Fenofibrate, it is a prodrug, so it is having the longest T-half, right? So it is having the longest T-half. Now the other important point about the fenofibrate is it is having a maximum LDL reducing capacity. It is also a uricosuric drug. That is the reason why it is used in clinical picture like hyperuricemia. And the adverse effects associated with these fibrates include gastrointestinal distress and as well as increase in the aminotransferases levels. And whenever you use this particular fibric acid derivatives along with other drugs, there is increased risk of myopathy, right? There is increased risk of myopathy, except for your bezafibrate. Bezafibrate, it will not increase the risk of myopathy. So this is about your fibric acid derivatives.